Hey everybody, how's it going? It's a good day. It's a good day. We are back with some Opeth. That's right. We are moving forward on the Incada Venenum. Incada Venenum. That felt better. Incada Venenum. All right. That's their 2019. This is like their latest release. Man, it's just a freaking awesome album. It is so good. Uh, 10 songs in this album, and it's an hour and 8 minutes long, and we are just at the halfway point. We're on number 6, so we have half the album to go still. So I'm super excited about that because it's been such good songs. Heart and Hand and Next of Kin and Lovelorn Crimes was just, oh man, it was so good. Loved it. And so looking forward to more of that. I can pretty much guarantee it's going to happen. I can guarantee it. Let's get right into it. Why don't we? Let's listen to Charlatan. Right into it. Got no time to waste. Gotta get this done. Keep it guessing.
finns det?
30 miljoner 100 000-tals.
Oj,
En i varje land.
okej. Kan de prata med varandra?
Nej. Man kan flyga bara.
Folk säger, han bakar.
Med bild.
Det finns inget rätt eller fel.
Det finns inget rätt eller fel.
Det finns inget rätt eller fel.
Det finns inget rätt eller
Jag
fel.
tror det händer när man dör.
Jag tror väl mest att man ligger kvar på sin gravplats typ.
Oh. Are you kidding me? That was awesome. Ended with chants. Wonder, was that them? Or did they have somebody come in and do that? Sounded pretty dang authentic, you know? That was cool. Man, that song just like started right out of the gate, and he was just driving. Bonk, 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 bonk. Just it's so creative the way they do that, kind of differently than a lot of bands, and in a creative way, because a lot of times that sort of force pounding of guitars and bass and drums, is fairly predictable in a lot of ways. They lots of different rhythms and things like that, but the way they did it was fairly unique there, and they really had me going with it. It was all sounded really good. The freaking melody and Michael's voice was just insanely intoxicating, and they just had that pounding rhythm. At first I was like, oh, they're going to change, and they just kept developing it, and it kept going and going and going, and then all of a sudden they just fell off, and they stopped, and they did a little cool thing as they do, and then I was expecting it to come right back in, and it took off in an entirely different direction. Instead of the bonk, 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 it was like just all complicated. I mean, follow that. That was crazy. The keyboard and the guitar lines were nuts. And I was like, oh dang! I was like, for a fraction of a second, I was disappointed I wasn't going to get back into that pounding, but then I was like, oh my gosh! They took me for this ride that I was just really getting into, and then they dropped me off early. I was slightly disappointed. The ride was so short, and then they picked me up, swooped me away into another ride that was even just as good, but totally different. Just as fabulous, but polar opposites of song styles. And that was awesome. So good. How in the world does he sing over? First of all, that pounding rhythm was very complicated. How in the world does he sing a melody over that and still play guitar? And then the complicated rhythms, or the complicated line later in that half, he's singing over that too. Man, that is like some talent. These guys are really good, man. This is a great album. Man, it just gets better and better and better. Some of those other songs were really good. I don't think it gets better and better and better. It just stays consistently good. I think that's probably more accurate. Consistently, top shelf the whole way through so far. Not better and better and better. That would insinuate some of these songs are better than others, and I don't know if they are. They're all just pretty darn good. I've been digging it. All right, so glad I got to that song. That was fun. Had no idea, none whatsoever. Oh yeah, and then the children that was the cutest little scene. I don't know what they were saying, but the mother and the child speaking to each other in a conversation. I don't know what they were saying. I hope it was, good, or I hope it was edifying and not something tragic. But it just sounded so natural and so normal. A mother and a child speaking to each other in a conversation. That little girl's voice just reminded me of when my boy was little, in our conversations when he was like 3 years old. Oh, yeah. So it was cool. And then all of a sudden that chant came out. I guess I got to figure out what the song means, because that chant probably has some significance, I would imagine. So that was just a sweet surprise. The whole album, the whole song, the whole album, just a sweet surprise. Really good. My favorite album so far from them, for sure. But they have some other great stuff too. Love it. That's why I like them so much. Okay, guys. Well, thank you so much for hanging out with me on my Opeth segments. You guys are coming back faithfully and digging it. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. And we'll continue with this album next time. Probably tomorrow. Get another song in. And make sure you guys like and subscribe to this channel. I'd really love to have you as subscribers. Getting a lot of views right now, but not a lot of you guys are subscribing. So it would be really fun to get a big burst of subscribers, and then all this music goes out to a lot of other people for them to hear too. It'd be super fun, super cool, because you guys are sharing it, so you're part of it. So if you're going to share music, you might as well just help grow the channel as well too, so everybody else can hear your awesome music you're sharing with me, because I'm digging it. I think a lot of other people would too. I really do. All right, so make sure you go down in my description and check out ways you can help out the channel as well in other ways, like Patreon and Ko-Fi, or buy me a beer, or check my merch section. I just added some new new graphic tees, two graphic tees. I'm working on 2 more, and some just plain text tees with some things that came out of my head, and I put them on a t-shirt, and because that's what you do. And so just go down there and browse if you want. You don't have to buy anything. I'm just saying go check it out. Just take a look. Take a stroll down Main Street. You know what I'm saying? All right. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you in the comments there. Let me know what you thought of that song. I thought it was freaking awesome. Okay. I'll talk to you later.